Hello, my name is Mrs. Reed, and I am a Math 6 teacher at Blair Middle. And what I want to demonstrate today is the 7 virtues of online learning for my Math 6 class. So the very first virtue is going to be frame up. And when I say frame up, I want your camera on, your hand on top of your head, and you right about in the middle. So I'm going to adjust, and there I go, right about in the middle. So that is our frame up. Our second virtue is gestures. That means gestures mean I'm going to speak and I'm also going to use my hands. And I want students to use their hands as well. So, for example, I'm going to say mirror words. And mirror words mean speak my words and also mirror my gestures. The third virtue for online learning for Math 6 is 30-second lessons. I want to speak in very short, concise sentences. And when I speak in that short, concise lesson, that I'm going to make that short, concise point. One, I'm going to make the point. Two, the student is going to repeat the point. And three, the student is going to get some type of a prop. In this case, I have my water. So, this is my prop for today. For example, I'm going to say mirror words, rule one, follow directions quickly. And the student will say, rule one, follow directions quickly. Then I'm going to say teacher prop. They're going to get their prop and they're going to say, rule one, follow directions quickly. So first, we're going to frame up. Second, we're going to use gestures. Third, we're going to speak in very short sentences. Four, we're going to mute and unmute. Again, we're going to mute and unmute. So when students enter the classroom, they're already going to be muted. And then I'm going to count down. I'm going to say, students, I want you to unmute in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unmute. And I'm going to look around to make sure that every single student is unmuted. And then when we finish our little activity, I'm going to say, I want everybody to mute their mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mute. And I'm going to look around just to check and make sure that everybody is muted because the very first rule in our class is rule one, follow directions quickly. The fifth virtue of online learning for Math 6 is one student will always be unmuted in my class. And that student will either be a class leader or it can just be any other student. And that student will have the opportunity to help me actually teach the class. And that student will also be able to earn stories. I'll go over stories in just a second, but they will earn stories for the class. They will also have the opportunity to earn a super improver star, and that is for the entire class. The sixth virtue is huddle up. So when I say huddle up, that means I have a very important point. And when I say huddle up, I'm going to say huddle up. I want you to bring your face very close. I want you to look at me and I want you to listen intently. So again, we have huddle up, look directly in the camera, listen intently. My last virtue is stories. So, students are rewarded on every single thing that they do in my class. So, when they frame up, I get about 50% of the class or so. Here's a story. Gestures. I want all students using gestures. They do gestures. There's a story. 30-second lessons. How well they do. Again, there's a story. Mute and unmute. Huddle up. Everything earns a story. There's stories that means they're going to actually earn stars for the day. At the end of the day, the class that earns the most stories actually gets a super improver star. Those super improver stars actually go towards rewarding the students for something big that they've done. And so, my first thing is to actually get them going and to give them stories every single day so that the class is never boring. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation. You enjoy the rest of your day. I look forward to seeing your youngster in my class.